The Center for Disease Control has been telling us there's been lots of foodborne illnesses around, and the norovirus is a very popular one, which comes from the contaminated waters of fecal matter. And surprisingly enough, while people think it comes from meat and fish, actually 46% of the cases are coming from green leafy vegetables. So we need to be really careful. Now, they're worth tons of vitamins and minerals, so we want to keep eating them, but we want to make sure to treat them properly and make sure we wash them properly and pick ones that are already fresh. So when you're trying to pick out things like cabbage, spinach, romaines, all the leafy greens, you want to first of all make sure it's still firm and intact when you're buying something that comes in a head, whether it's a romaine stack or spinach. You don't want the leaves to be drooping and falling everywhere. There also should be a level of crispness. So if you get a chance to touch the leaves, you want to know that if you went to an inner layer, that they're still going to make a snapping noise, like a crisp noise, so that you know that they're not already overripe and dull and falling out. You also want to look at the leaves and make sure there's not lots of little holes in them, which means some insects or bugs may have already gotten through them to eat away with them. So you really want to be careful of that. You also know that when you get home, you need to wash them. However, if you're buying any type of leafy greens that have been triple washed, a lot of times it's the label that says they've been pre-washed or triple washed, the general idea is that you're not supposed to rewash them again. There's more likely you're going to contaminate them from your own sink than if they've been triple washed. So keep that in mind. But if you're buying it off a mist on the shelf in a grocer or a market, you want to go home and thoroughly wash it and dry out the leaves. To keep them from over-ripening, you could also wrap them in paper towels. It helps them not to dry out and not to get overripe and limp. So we're looking for sturdy greens, even if we're looking at something like spinach. You also want to look at the bright green color. The leaves don't all fall down. They're all standing upright. Occasionally you have one or two, but for the most part, they're crispy. You can hear them when they move. That's what you're looking for. It's using your senses to pick out your greens. So that's how you know that they're ripe.